Hi everyone, welcome to Pal to Tech and to our first live stream electronic campfire of 2024. How are you guys doing? And guys, gals, everyone, how are you all doing? Wow, I can't believe I'm here talking to you. It has been so long. I mean, it feels like it's been forever, but this is episode number, let's check here. See if it goes. Nope. Hold on a second. We have technical problems already. It hasn't even been 30 seconds into the stream. 3, 2, where does it go? Here. Let's try it again. 3, 2, 1. Boom. How's that? You like the graphic? I made it just for the show. So welcome one and all. And I am so glad you're here. We have about an hour. I know what you want to hear about. And I started reading the comments before I got started. Okay, calm down. I'm not leaving Fuji, okay? That's number one. Number two, Mr. Jarble, great to see you. Make sure you get that server installed. Number two is that, Mr. Jarble, you're right. If you know, you said you think you know what the camera is, you're 100% correct. I've talked about it on Backstage, which would I think be a good time to give a, maybe a little plug for Backstage. So I'm just going to do that right now. Be real quick. Okay. Join Backstage. It's where I talk about the channel and what goes on, and we have a Discord server that is a lot of fun, lots of photographers, filmmakers, and creatives. Okay, that's it. Now, because I saw some concern in these comments, I decided to change this entire show around. I was going to talk about the new camera at the end. I will talk about it in the beginning. Okay, so here it goes. Here it goes. Guys, don't worry, I'm not leaving Fuji. All right, first off, I'm not leaving Fuji, all right? XT5, is that? XT4, I'm not leaving Fuji at all, ever, okay? So that's the first thing. However, I did get a new camera, and it is not what you think at all. I'm gonna hold it up. Backstage people, don't mention it. I know you know already what it is. Those of you who are not in Backstage yet, I want you to see if you can guess what kind of camera this is. I'll wait a minute and then I'll tell you. here it is, right here. I don't know if you can see it. There we go. That's the front of the camera right there. Here's the back of the camera. And yes, this is the camera. Okay. It has a handle. Okay. I can carry it, right? That's the camera. Okay, so let's have another look at it. Let's zoom down a bit. Okay, here it is right here. Any guesses as to what this camera is? So while you're thinking about it, I'm going to jump into the comments. Oh boy, wow. Hold on, I gotta go to close up for this one. Thank you, Mr. Jarble. Wow, that is awesome, and Happy New Year to you as well. Much, much appreciated, and we'll definitely get the channel off to the right start. Thank you. Okay, and this is the camera here. All right, any guesses? Any guesses? Okay, here's the top. There's the bottom. So, animal, vegetable, or mineral? Or should I say film or digital? Let's start there. Film or digital? Anyone? Anyone? Come on. Film or digital? Let's see. Oh, wow. Okay. And we have, let's see. Come on, YouTube, show me the viewer comments. There it is. Eric, thank you so much for the super chat. I really appreciate it. I'm about 30 seconds away from telling you guys what the camera is. Any other guesses? I'm not seeing any right answers here. Okay, you're right about the film. You got that one right. Let's see. Boy, no one. Oh, wait a second. Okay. Someone guessed the correct. Well, I don't know if I should say this because, I mean, you could argue it's not the same country anymore, but someone nailed the country. Okay. Someone nailed the country. No, it's not a Yashica, although that was the first like serious camera I owned. I miss it. It was my dad's camera, which I borrowed permanently till it was stolen out of my apartment. Okay, so I think it's time. Let's talk about this camera. This, ladies and gentlemen, let me show it to you right here. This is a 1952 Moskva II Soviet Union made camera, right, from 1952. Check it out. Look at this. Look at that. Have a look at this. It is film all the way. And I just don't know why on earth I acquired this camera other than I thought it would be really cool to get back into film in 2024. I used to be in film. That's how I started. I miss the darkroom. I miss the smell of fixer in the morning. I miss that. So I thought, okay, you know, I could get a Fuji or get something and kind of get back into film that way, or I could go really weird off and get a 1952 Soviet camera that I don't even know if it works. Okay, so of course, for the fun video, I got the Soviet camera. This was shipped to me from an address in Ukraine. It actually arrived a few weeks ago. I shared it with Backstage. I'm gonna make a whole video on this, okay? So I don't want to really get into it here, but I'll just tell you a couple of things about it. It is a 6:9 film format, okay? And it's got a couple of interesting features to it. I mean, right here, you control the aperture. I don't know if you can, I hope you can see it. Oh, hold on a minute. Let me switch it onto overhead. Okay, so you can control the aperture here with this little dial here. And then you press this and then you take the shot, although you sometimes have to turn this after you've taken the shot. The only thing about this camera is that I don't know how to use it. So it's not like I can, go down to this camera store and pull it up. So there is some information I wanted to show you, and then I'm going to show you what I bought for it. So let's go to, let me show you something cool. Okay. This is a website that I wanted to kind of, there. I don't know if you can see this here, but it's just a Camerapedia wiki, it's just a site, and someone actually has some specs, I think, on it. So, all right, have a look at this. We've got shutter is the lens is a moment one, it's called. 1 to 1 second, I guess, to 1/250th of a second in bulb mode as well. And the focusing is 1.5 meters. Not a great minimum focus distance for this camera. So, that's kind of a bummer. But, and then you have, let's see, you've got film takes 120 roll. I'll get back to that about the film. And let's see, any other like main specs. Okay, and you get obviously the 6x9 centimeters. So let's have a show of hands. Who's shooting film right now? As in, who shot a photo on film in the last 7 days? All right, show of hands in the comments, because it's been a while for me. And honestly, I wasn't even sure if I should go the black and white route or if I should go the color route. And some of you on Backstage have been so wonderful, sending me messages, giving me great tips, because I have been out of it for multiple decades. And so it's like, it's not like riding a bike. You can just ride a bike and get back on it. Not exactly, not with a camera like this. So, am I going to set up a full-blown darkroom? No, not really. But I'm definitely going to do something maybe for the second video. But for the first video, I'm going to shoot with it, and then I'm going to take the film to a lab in Atlanta and have them develop it and see what we get. I don't know if we're going to get anything, all right? Now, again, I wasn't sure black and white or color, so I got both. So this is the first I got for the camera right here, some Porta 400. Everybody can see that. Pretty cool, right? Kodak, why not? And then, come on. I had to get this. I just had to get Fujifilm, Acros film. There it is right there. So I've got the film. I've got the camera. Now, there's one little problem with it, other than the fact I don't know how to use it, which I'm sure I could figure out. But this is actually a bigger problem, and I'll show it to you. So if you look at the camera, okay, and the film goes in the back. This slide thing right here shows you, it's like a red kind of gel here. That's where you see what shot or how many shots you have left. The problem is this opens right up. Okay, so obviously the film goes in here and you wind it through and you wind it in and you close it, and it's supposed to snap and stay shut with this latch right here. Does everybody see that? Okay, everybody see that? The problem is that the latch doesn't stay shut. So it's like you can just kind of open it. You can just open it. So even though it kind of latches, it's a little flimsy. So when I'm out shooting with it, I have to be careful. But yeah, that's it. It's just, and you cock this thing back. I think it has a self-timer viewfinder, and that's about all I want to say on the camera right now, because it's, obviously there's so much more I want to go into, but I think this is going to be so much fun. And here's the lens right here, which obviously rotates, and you focus, you can turn that dial right there. There's like a viewfinder here and here, which pops this thing up. And then when you want to close it up and kind of be done with it for the day, you have to press this and this kind of, and that goes, whoops, that goes down. Wait a minute. Let's not break this just yet. I can't even close this thing. Hold on a second. All right, get in there. There we go. There. Okay. So, I don't know. This thing's lasted since 1952, and at some point it was in the Soviet Union. Probably someone used it and shot a bunch of pictures on it. I don't know. But I thought it would be fun. So that's my new camera. Okay, apology for the title of this live stream. Probably got some of you worried. No, I'm not switching Fujifilm anytime soon. In fact, in 2024, we are going to have a lot more Fujifilm content. And yeah, okay, all right. I'm going to check out the stream information right now because I kind of miss talking to you guys. So let me do that. Oh boy, I'm so behind on this. All right, I'm going to go back a little bit to when we started the stream. I didn't want to miss anybody, but hello, everyone. Okay. Greetings from Mars. Okay, Leaking Pod is on Mars. Awesome. Hello, Vancouver. Natalie, great to see you. I'm glad you're here. Of course. Mr. Jarble, of course. We've got some backstage folks here. This is great. Rolf, nice to see you. Good day, mate, from Australia. Good. Excellent. All over the world. This is great. Happy New Year, everyone. And I really, really hope you all had a wonderful New Year's Eve, a wonderful holiday. It's more important than ever to really do two things, unplug and have a good time. I didn't go to any crazy parties. I didn't travel, but I'll show you what I did do at sort of the last day of 2023. I was sitting right here in this chair and I calibrated all my monitors. Yes, I did. Check it out. That's me calibrating, well, myself and Gariguana, of course, calibrating monitors on the last day of 2023. You should do that at least yearly. And if you want a video on how to calibrate monitors, particularly with Fujifilm, let me know, and I will be more than happy to make one. So that was New Year's Eve, the 31st. And then that evening, my family and I toasted. We watched the ball drop, and then boom, we launched these little things right here. Have a look at this. These things go everywhere, but it was a lot of fun. And I hope you had a great time as well. So yeah, it's been a while. And to be honest with you, I haven't been making as many videos in the past month. I'm sure you've noticed that. And it's because I needed to step back a little bit because I was approaching a new year, and the channel has been doing Fujifilm since it started pretty much. And I needed to ask myself, is that where I want to continue? Do I want to continue doing Fujifilm related education tutorials? Do I want to shift over and bring other camera brands in? Do I want to ditch both of that and just go back to being a pure tech channel? No. So I had to just think about things. And so that was one big significant reason I haven't been in this grind of creating, because I wasn't sure what to create or if I should even finish the projects that I had started. And so pulling back was very helpful. Having that time, during the holidays was really helpful. And so what I came up with is that for 2024, what I would like, first and foremost, I have to tell you that this channel is going to be education first. I've mentioned that before, but that is just, I'm going to keep repeating that and repeating that. I really want to have most of the content on here to be educational and not so much, hey, look at this. This is a new widget. So that's one direction. I am definitely going to review new Fujifilm camera gear. I also have a huge backlog of products that have been sent here that I do want to review because it's the right thing to do. Some of these vendors have put their trust in me to do that. So there is going to be other items. They're all related to photography or filmography, or cinematography, sorry. And so that's coming. And then the other piece to this, the big one, is more connection with the audience and fellow photographers, fellow filmmakers, creatives. I published a live stream with Michael Spatola. I don't know if you've seen it. It was all about boudoir photography, which I know nothing about. Well, I do now, but I didn't before the stream. And it was so much fun to do that. And I just need more of that. And, if you're ever finding yourself just kind of stuck in a rut, people. Try and connect with people if you can, even if it's just online, but that can really help. So more of that. I have a video coming out. One of the next ones is on the global shutter. Now, something I want to tell you about global shutter. I got all the props and I wrote the script already and I'm wanting to shoot it. And then an article came out. Let me show it to you. Hold on a sec. Little bit of a concern about global. So here, if you look, this article came out in DIY Photography, I guess it is. DIY photography.net. And the Sony A9 III, they're talking about the fact that there's higher noise in that. And so I didn't mention that. I didn't really address that, but that's one of those things where I thought, okay, I was singing all the praises of global shutter, but to do a good job in explaining what global shutter is, I need to revisit this, particularly in light of some of these articles that have come out. So that's about all I'm going to say about it, because I don't know what I don't know and I need to do more research. But that is the reason that global shutter didn't come out this week. And I decided to do a live stream instead. So there you go. Okay, let's get back to the audience. The viewers, Luxembourg, hello, Nicholas. Danny, how you doing? Chris Card, good to see you. Oh, Mike is here. How you doing, Mike? And Mike, I'll just tell you here because I'm too lazy to write an email. First of all, thank you for being on the podcast. And secondly, I have to add it to Spotify and Apple and all that. It's just, I haven't gotten around to it. I will do it. I will do it early next week. I promise. Monday night, by Monday night. Maybe even this weekend if I get to it, because I want to. So anyway, Michael is here. Oh, that was such a fun podcast. And yeah, so let's go to the next thing, which is I've been reading a lot of forums and questions because, as I said, education first, what's happening? And if I notice something about Fuji cameras that I think, why is this happening? Or if I could, amplify something that's going on so that other Fujifilm users don't think they're going crazy, I want to use this channel for that. Okay, so I'm going to do it right now and I'm going to show you something. I hope it works live, but let's do it. So we're going to use two cameras here. We're going to use, which one is this? Oh, the X-T4, all right, and an X-T5. I've got pretty much the same settings on them, okay? I'm going to shoot in manual mode completely. For those of you that do not know about that, take your camera, you put this little thing, doohickey thing in M right here. Just put it in M, the focus mode selector. So I'm going to put both of these cameras in M. Okay, there it is. Boom. And what I'm going to do in the menu, let's see if I can get that here. Forgive me if you don't see anything. Yell and scream in the comments because I don't know if you can see this or not. Okay, here goes. In the camera menu, we are going to go into AF/MF. Do you all see that right there? Okay, good. And on the second page, manual focus assist. Okay, there it is. And we turn it on peak highlight. It doesn't matter what color. I'm just going to choose red. Okay, so I put it on focus peak highlight, and I'm going to do that for both cameras. Okay, and I have a 23mm prime on the X-T4, and I have a 35mm prime on the X-T5. Everything else is the same. Okay, so I have the wrong one. I got to start with the X-T4. So on the X-T4, and I'm going to check the setting one more time, I'm going to show you the behavior of manual focusing that applies to the X-T4, the X-T3, and the X-T2. So if you have any of those cameras, this is what should happen. Okay, I'm going to go into here. And whoops, there we go. Okay, so let me just make sure I have it set to that because I had the other one set. Okay, focus, peaking, highlight, red. Okay, good. So let's try it. So I'm going to aim the camera here, and I'm just basically aiming the camera at what I see. So when I say, hey, hi, everybody, this is what I see. So let's go back to the camera menu right here, and I'm rotating. Let me show you that again. I am rotating the focus ring in manual focus mode. Okay, everybody got that? So let's go back to the cam menu, show you what I see. Oh, I got so much dust around here. Okay, but can you see the chords right here are turning red? There, it's in focus, not in focus. In focus, not in focus. Okay, you see that? So obviously, those that don't know what focus peaking is, it's just a tool to help you better visualize your focus when you're using manual focus. So now, back to it. When I'm doing that, if while I am in this manual mode showing me the focus peaking, if I half press down on the shutter button, okay? I'm not taking the shot, I'm half pressing it down. If I do that, watch what happens. I go back to here. Okay, so I am now going to, let me see if I can get it in here. Okay, good. Get this there, focused. Okay, so we are in focus peaking. Everything is ready to go. I am now going to half press down the shutter button. Here we go. Look, it went away. You see that? Press and hold, it's gone. Lift up, it's there. Press and hold, it's gone. Okay, gone, there. Gone, there. You see that? So, on the XT4, XT3, XT2 at least, if you half press down the shutter release button, it clears that. You don't have that distraction. Let's check it on the XT5. I think you know what's coming here. So I'm going to plug it in. Same thing. We are now in the XT5 land. Okay. All right. Oh, whoa, I can see myself. Hi. Okay, so let me focus this. All righty. There we go. There it is. Okay, so you all can see that. And I'm going to do the same thing here. Half press, and I'm half pressing now. Nothing. Half pressing with my thumb. Nothing. See it there? There it is. Half pressing. Nothing. Nothing. There. Well, I just took the shot. Okay, so for some reason, Fujifilm changed the camera, right, from the XT4 to the XT5, where if you have it in manual focus and you have it on focus peaking, you can't get rid of the focus peaking view if you half press down the shutter. And I've seen some questions and comments and articles about that online of people going, that's really distracting because sometimes I want to do that and I want that stuff gone. And it's also a matter of why did they do that? Or some people think maybe my camera's not working right. Okay, your camera's working fine. Something changed. Now, if there is a setting that I missed in the XT5 that says, you know, hide focus peaking when shutter is half pressed, please let me know and I will feel so silly. But do you all follow me? You saw that, right? So let me go to the comments and see if anybody knows of a fix for this. Okay. Okay. I'm not seeing anybody else fully manual lenses. Yes, it also does that with not just, Fujifilm lenses, but any lens you put on it. Okay. David, thank you so much for the super chat, my friend. I really appreciate it. And I hope you can join our private Zoom meeting. We're having a backstage only after this, so I hope you can come. But thank you. I really appreciate it. All right. So yeah, when you back button focus, that's a good question. When you back button focus. Okay. And unfortunately, I may not be able to test that out. Well, I could try and see if I can do that, but that's a good question. But does anybody know just about regular, half press down the shutter button? Now, this may not affect very many people, but this is one of those things where I guess my mission, if this channel has a mission in life, if it has any kind of a mission, it's to educate so that photography is fun and that you remove these kind of barriers and that you're just focusing on enjoying it. Because if you enjoy it, then you come up with really great creative ideas, right? And sometimes, at least this is what I see with a lot of my viewers, is that something like this will happen where they upgrade from their XT4 or they're just used to something being a certain way and then it changes. And then there's this, frustration point they hit. This is a simple thing, but are there other things? Maybe. And so I really want to bring attention to this because Fuji, if you're listening, what's going on? I mean, I'm just asking what is going on with this. Was it an oversight? Was it on purpose? Was it thought that maybe it would just be better to do that? It would just be good to know. And I think that people who use Fujifilm cameras, and I am talking to you now, Fujifilm, in fact, I know that photographers who use Fujifilm cameras care a hell of a lot about them, and they will notice things like that just change. without any understanding of why. So it would be interesting to find out what this is. Again, if I'm wrong about this and it's just a setting I didn't see, or there was a media announcement that went out that I didn't see, my apologies, but I thought I would just talk about it on the stream today. So, all right. Okay, back to the audience. Mike, thank you for the super chat, man. Wow. All right, I'm getting, I get nervous when people give the super chats, because I just do, because, inflation's really high, and it kind of, money's kind of hard to go by. But thank you. I really appreciate it. It does mean a lot to me. And yeah, we've got so much happening this year. And what I would love to hear from you is, are you happy about what I said? For those that heard it earlier in the stream, are you happy with the direction I'm going to take the channel, which is pretty much the same, but a real more heavy emphasis on education, still Fujifilm. I don't see myself bringing any other major camera brands into this channel, at least not for 2024. I no. So Sony, no. Canon, no. Because I think Fuji is going to be releasing a lot of new ones this year. I love shooting Fuji. I love teaching Fuji. I love talking to people about Fuji. I love Fujifilm film simulator. How many times can I say Fuji in a sentence? I'm just not going to change that. So I hope that's a good thing. But let me know if you have any ideas for video topics or anything. This is the stream to mention them in the comments so that I will read through them later on. I have access to all of them, so it would really help if you could do that. That'd be awesome if you have the time. Thank you. Okay, what do we have? We got some people from France. That is great, great, great. This is so awesome. Now, another thing, and I don't want to miss anybody's super chat. Okay, good. Forget me, okay? I don't even like talking about me. How has your photography been? In terms of you're starting a new year. So show of hands, does anyone have a new project, a new level they want to go to? Oh, I want to try film this year. Oh, I want to try astrophotography this year. I want to try a zoom type of lens. I want to, save up for that. I don't know, whatever it is. Who is doing that, and what are you doing? And it would be great if you could put it in the comments here, and I'll tell you why, okay? You're going to tell you why. Because if you make yourself accountable, put it down in writing, okay? I'm going to take one photo every week for the next 52 weeks, and by December 31st of 2024, I'll have 52 photos. That's my goal. I'm going to pull these comments up at the end of this year, and we're going to see if you made your goal. I'm going to read them out, okay? I'm going to hold you to it. I'm going to hold you to it. And if you join backstage, you're going to actually have to show me, okay? Because, there's no way I could see all, everybody that's a viewer of the channel, but at the very least, I promise for anyone watching this channel, if you put your goal in here, put something you want to do, it can be anything, we're going to talk about it. And we'll do a 2-hour live stream, and we're going to go through it. I'm going to hold you accountable. And I'm going to put this thing, there's a thing that you can put it on called low latency or something where, YouTube publishes the live stream. If I go like this, it immediately on your screen does that. But if you put it in high latency, if you put that setting in here, it's I do that, but you don't see it for 10 seconds. I'm going to put it in really low latency so that we can kind of have a conversation. And I'm going to chew you out if you don't achieve your goal. So don't make too lofty of a goal, okay? But it will be mentioned in front of, hundreds. How many people are watching this? Okay, 214 people right now. So at least, hopefully, 214 people. If I grow the channel during the year, which I'd like to do, it might be more. So you're going to be accountable. I'm going to mention your name. So think about what you're putting down there. And I would love just to see what your photography dreams are or your goals, because, let me ask you this. Do you want, and think about it this way. I always hold a camera when I'm about to make a really important point. Sorry, but I'm about to make a really important point. Do you want to be the exact same photographer shooting and loading up your camera's SD card with the exact same everything at the end of this year as you are right now? If the answer to that is, well, no, I want to be better, or no, I want to grow, or no, I want to get into this kind of lighting technique or anything, this is your time to do it. We're still in, I think we're in what day is it? The 5th. We're in the first week. So if you've blown something, like let's say you said, oh, on the January 1st, I'm going to take one photo every day. No, that's too hard. Don't do that. You're still in the first week of this year. There is still time. You have until the 7th, okay? So 5th, 6th, 7th, it's like early next week. So whatever you're wanting to do, if you want to do like a weekly goal, you still have time to make it. Think about that, and I wish you all the best of success. For myself, I do have goals. I must say that, and this is embarrassing actually, but not many of them are really in the field of actual photography. Where they're in the field of, for me, is being a better person to people who care about the channel, because I feel like I've dropped the ball on that. So that means responding more to people, not, really getting organized with vendors. I've been horrible at this. I have several backstage members that have joined the Gear Iguana Hall of Fame that I haven't even yet announced. That's the kind of thing that I want to really up and improve. And the other thing is to keep giving you the kind of content that you came to the channel for in the first place. So between those two things, I guess if I was forced to pick, something, I would love to get into astrophotography. So that's something that I might dip into a little bit. And if you know anything about it, reach out. I could use any tips for it, because that's one area that it's a total mystery. So yeah, so that's mine, astrophotography. What about yours? Let's see here. Got people in Belgium giving their goals. This is so awesome. Portrait photography. You got this. You got this. Totally. Infrared. I love that. Infrared. That is great. Awesome. Editorial portraits. Very good. Printing. Okay, now, Mr. Jarble. Printing, I tried. There is not enough bourbon or whiskey in the world to handle, for me at least, dealing with printing at home. I just have so much trouble with it, getting the colors right. I mean, I have a printer, okay? It's a Pro 100 or 400, whatever the hell. I don't even know what the model number of it is. I've tried. It's been a painful thing that I've sort of let go on. I do print things for the channel as props, but I don't print anything serious. I outsource that, if that's what you're talking about, printing in-house, right? So yeah, I mean, good luck. If anyone on planet Earth could figure out printer drivers, apps, talking to the printer cues, all that stuff that makes me want to jump out the window, Mr. Jarble, you'd be the one to figure it out. So good luck to you. And if you figure it out, print something out, show it on one of our Zoom meetings. I'd love to see it. Good luck. But okay, printing, that's another one, printing. I'd love to get paid for my work for the first time this year. Okay, then you will. Now, I had an idea, and I wanted to run it by you here. Something I've noticed is that video is really a big thing now in terms of promotion, in terms of legitimacy, whether you have a YouTube channel or whether you're shooting vertical videos on other networks. It's something that people are noticing. Obviously, it's a big thing. So what I see out there are a lot of tutorials and courses and things like that on how to grow your YouTube channel. Let's say you want to have a photography YouTube channel, right? And you want to grow it, how to do that, how to get a good thumbnail. A lot of focus on that. And I don't think I've seen, and maybe I've missed it, but I haven't seen really much emphasis on how to start a YouTube channel that you don't necessarily care if you get 1 million subscribers or what the click-through rate is or any of that stuff. Instead, you want a YouTube channel as an supplemental way to make more professional your photography business so that your clients can go to it and see you and have a connection with you. Because I think that's a different focus completely in the style of videos you make, right? If you're making videos for the YouTube algorithm, right, they're going to be vertical. They're going to be they're talking really fast, 30 seconds, and captions that are everywhere because, I don't know what I don't know, right? That's going to turn your clients off, I think. Instead, I think learning a bit more on how to talk to a camera, like I'm doing right now, learning a bit more on what part of your business you want to emphasize, right? Not just your gear, but what you want to deliver to your clients and why that's important to you, okay? And if you want to see an example of both a good YouTube channel and a great website that is what I'm talking about here, go see Mike Spatola's website. You can get to it from the last podcast that I published, the Boudoir Photography. It's right in the description. So, it's a way that I think can help. Because YouTube, if you do it full time, if you make videos for the algorithm, if you have to worry about it, you're not going to have time for photography. Trust me, you won't. But I think there's a need for education of how to use video. And YouTube's the biggest gig out there for this type of thing. I mean, it really is. How to use it for supplementing your business where you can focus on those things, learn skills on that, particularly with an eye on photographers. So I thought about putting together a series of tutorials, courses, whatever, a course maybe on that. I don't know yet. Just came to my mind over the past week or so. So let me know what you think, if I'm crazy or if that might be something you think is a cool idea. Yeah. Okay. All right. Hello, Sweden. We got people from Sweden. All right. So I am going to just kind of do a quick 5, 6 or 7 minute Q&A. And as much as I don't want to drop off, I've got to go to another meeting. So I'm going to, but yeah. So let me see if I can grab any help if I can provide. Okay. Portraits. Good. A lot of people wanting to get into portraits. Excellent. I would recommend Sean Tucker's YouTube channel for portrait information. And if you guys know any other great channels or tutorials, put it in here for them. But portraits is coming up quite a lot. Let's see, back button. I want to make more imperfect photos. Okay, that's easy. Put it out of focus and snap. Now, I know what you mean, and that's cool. We got Belgium. Okay, wow, a lot of comments here. All right, so think about this and just make it happen. Just make it happen, because listen, it's one thing, if you're doing it for business, whenever you're doing something for a 9-to-5, a job, work, it's never as much fun as your passion. And maybe some of you have forgotten that. Okay. So wake up a little bit, just find something that you can enjoy. Cause I do get a lot of comments and feedback from people that have lost that. And I lost it myself. So for me, it's connecting with people. Now, it may be something completely different for you, but find it this week. Start the ball rolling for that. Okay. Collab with Omar when? Oh, that's a good question. Omar, let's do a collab. I'd love to do a collab. I intend on going back to New York City a number of times. In fact, little secret, I wrote a little email message to Omar and I wished him a happy new year. I also told him that I'm planning on coming to NYC at some point this year. I don't know when. And if and when I do, I would love to get together with him. So maybe that can happen, Omar. So yeah, I love the idea. Excellent idea. Excellent idea, Dimitri. Okay. Nebula Photos channel. Okay, I can check that one out. And I think what I'm going to have to do with this setup, I keep doing this like a tennis match because I've redone the studio when I want to see the comments. So let me switch them up to here. So I'm kind of doing this instead of this. Oh, hi, Dimitri. Yeah, that's a great comment. Oh, hey, Natalie, it's distracting. So let me, let me fix that. Okay, Omar was on Adorama TV with Seth. Oh, I'll have to check that out. Okay, cool. Frame.io and Fuji. Okay, yeah, I did a little bit of Frame.io with Capture One, but yes, Omar, they'll just talk about Star Wars and you're right, Max. You're so right. How the heck do I avoid that? Maybe we do like, we'll do like the first hour with no cameras, and then we'll just talk about all the geek stuff, and then I'll like switch it on and we can maybe kind of get to the photography. I don't know. That's a good point though. Right. Samuel Street Life. Okay, cool. And the other thing is the done over perfect. I can't even talk. Hold on. Better. The Done Over Perfect podcast I'm doing. I just did one with Michael. And if you know of any photographers out there, and again, I don't care if no one's heard of them. Could be your best friend in Wichita that doesn't have a YouTube channel, but is passionate about photography and reaches out to me and I connect with them. And there's something I see in them that I want, that's wow. I'd love to have them on. So they don't have to be famous. They don't have to be Ann Leibovitz or whatever. It doesn't matter. And they frankly don't even have to be photographers. Something creative, Absolutely. Love to have them on the podcast. I think podcasts are great. I really do. I love them. So definitely something for 2024. Yeah. Chile. Hello, Eduardo. Excellent. Have you done tutorials on video editing? I am really in that space on my off time. I have a group of Final Cut Pro editors I connect with, and that is a topic that I'm very passionate about. There's nothing more that I would love. In fact, if I knew that it would get you all across the spectrum excited about the channel just to do video editing, I might do like 3 months of just videos on that. I know I will lose most of you if I do that, so I'm not doing that. So I don't know how many video editing tutorials I can get away with, maybe one a month, but I really want to do that. I do, because video editing just has such a creative punch to it when you've brought in that raw footage versus what you finally see, which is your vision. It's just incredible what you can do. So yeah, I don't know. I would love to do it. Is that the new MacBook Pro with the M3 chip? If so, how do you like it for editing? Oh, a tech question for Pal to Tech. Okay, I got to do this tech question. I'm sorry, photographers. I have to. The answer to that question is no. It's an Apple M1 Max with 64 gigs of RAM, okay? Running Sonoma 14.2.1. It's a great laptop. I love this laptop. And I'm pretty hard on Apple. I'm hard on Adobe. I got really upset today, okay? I tried to log into Photoshop and Adobe spun up that message. You have to your licenses, you got to disconnect from this one and add this one. So I tried to do that and Adobe's servers were down or something because this big red warning came up. We are sorry, our servers are down. Contact support. So I couldn't open Photoshop. That was so weird, because I come from an era where, yeah, you know how you open software, you click the little thing and it opens. But now it's got to call home to mama, do a bunch of checking, come back down. And if that server is not working, you're not getting the software. So that's what happened today. That's why my thumbnail for this live stream sucks, because I ran out of time in Photoshop. By the time I was able to get into Photoshop, I had to get it done quickly. So I was like, live, where the hell am I going to put that thing? Oh, I know, right on my head. That's why that's on my head. Go look at it after the stream. So anyway, back to your question. Yes, it's perfect for editing. To give you some geeky statistics, I can edit multicam footage with at least 4 4K streams running on it. And I have the M3 as well, and I don't notice a huge difference on that. So I think the M1 Max, if you're looking for a serious workhorse for video editing, will do you fine. Now, if you start to get into 8K, you're probably going to have to up it a little bit, but 4K is fine. I don't render. Now, I generally edit in ProRes 422. Okay. So I know you know what that is. For those of you lost, that's all I'm going to say. So yes, the answer is yes. Okay. All right. Let's see here. Doc Rock has 6 Macs. You must go crazy, Doc, when there's software updates. I mean, I want to jump out the window now with the 3 I'm using here. Every single time I sit down in front of one of these 3 computers to try and get something done, dong, software update, dong. How do you, 6? I mean, your whole life is basically spent, okaying dialogue boxes and waiting for little bars to finish. I mean, oh man. Good to see you here, Doc. And yeah, Doc Rock, for those of you that don't know, can you put a link to your channel in the comments, Doc? If you can't, I am going to put a link to Doc's YouTube channel. Doc is awesome, all right? And you'll see why when you see his YouTube channel. I have one word to say, Ecamm, live streaming, he's just awesome. So thank you for stopping by. And it's really good to see you here, man. Really good to see you here. Wow. This is great. I say again, connection with people. You've got to do it. Try it out. It's really good. Okay. Where are we at? Geez, I got to go. Okay. So let me make sure I didn't, it's one thing to miss someone. It's another thing to miss someone that's, donated money. I mean, that's the worst thing in the world. So hold on one sec. Did I get everybody? Mr. Jarble, Eric, David, Mike, got that. Okay. Anybody really got crazy questions? Here's your chance to keep me on, because that's happened before. I've been right around ready to end a stream and someone comes up with a banger of a question and I suddenly, I forget about time, which is why the boudoir video took longer than it did, because I just didn't care. DaVinci Resolve, no subscription. Yes, I know. I would love to just snap my fingers, or, like Keanu Reeves in The Matrix, shove that thing in the back of my head. Whoa, I know DaVinci Resolve. If I could do that, then yeah, I would switch in 2 seconds. I don't have the time to learn another software program when Final Cut Pro has everything right now that I need. So as long as Apple doesn't keep, they keep it fine, I'm going to stay with Final Cut. If they screw it up, if they get rid of things like the magnetic timeline, I'm out of there. and that is where I'm going, DaVinci Resolve. Okay, let's see here. We haven't talked about cameras. We gotta get back to that. Fuji X100V, awesome, Doc. I'm really glad you're using that. Do a podcast with Chelsea Northrup without Tony, says Paul. That's not a bad idea. I would love to have them on. Sure, I'll reach out to them. Why not? Now, why not with Tony? I mean, aren't they it's Tony and Chelsea. I mean, why would I not have both of them on? I mean, I'm just saying, honest question. But okay, Chelsea. Thank God you're not leaving Fuji. No, I'm not leaving Fuji. No, I just did that for clickbait. Okay, folks, I gotta get, wait a minute. Am I the only one? Command dials, jump values. What? Wait a second. Hold on. This may be the question that keeps me on. What do you mean command dials jump values? In what? Like if you have aperture assigned to the rear command dial? What do you mean? Huh. A lot of people. Okay. All right. I actually didn't know that. Okay. You know what? I really want to talk about that, but I have to go or Backstage is going to be upset. If you haven't joined, and where I'm going is I'm doing a private Zoom meeting with Backstage. Backstage is this area that I have. It's a Patreon thing where people can get all the behind the scenes. I basically gripe about the behind the scenes. I talk about videos. There's a Discord server where we all connect. It's fun, but this is the address if you want to go visit it. This is the camera for those of you that have just joined. I'm not leaving Fuji. This is a Moskva 2 1952 made Soviet Union camera that shoots film. That's going to be a really fun video that I can't wait to make for you. So, okay, let's get rid of the advertising, thing. That's Discord. There it is. That's last day of 2023. Where is it? Okay, here it is. Got it. Okay, so thank you all so much for joining me on this first week of 2024. I feel so old. I wish you the very best year. It's gonna be the best year of your life. You heard it here, and I'm right about these things. Okay, you can trust me. I know these things. This is going to be the best year of your life, and you're going to have a few challenges, but you'll you'll get through them and you'll be wiser. And when you get through them, you'll suddenly go, oh, it's a good thing that actually did happen because now it led me down this road. All right. So you're going to have a wonderful year. So am I. And thank you for joining me. All right. Time to wrap up this live stream. The next live stream I anticipate being, unless there's some serious problem, 2 weeks from today. Okay. Not next week, the week after. All right. So for those of you who, oh, there's the thing. For those of you who joined and are in backstage, I'll see you in a bit. I gotta go get a drink of water. I'm tired, but I'll be jumping on in a few minutes. For the rest of you, I will see you in 2 weeks. Thank you for supporting the channel. Thank you for being there. If you found this live stream, somewhat useful, give it the like and subscribe. And as always, I will see you in a new video very soon. Take care.